Welcome to the second morning session. First we have Gemma is going to speak. Gemma Aitchison is from Yes Matters, and she assures me that she's going to explain to everybody what that is. She's a researcher and a working class graduate, a proud feminist, activist and survivor. And Gemma, the title of your talk is All Women Are the Fantasy, No Exceptions, How Bergdorf's Profits Are Deadly to Women. Thank you.
I've not said anything yet. Okay, Gemma, Sheila Jeffries and Linda Barson in the room. Do not fuck this up. Okay. Hi, I'm Gemma Aitchison. I'm from Yes Matters. Yes Matters is a community group that I founded in 2013. So what we do is we got consent onto the new sex education curriculum. We do stuff around teaching young people about gender stereotypes and how damaging and limiting they are. And we do work with survivor rehabilitation because apparently the state doesn't seem to think that that's important. And also, I once told David Cameron to his face that he was unimpressive and not very smooth. I'm a council estate girl, Doctor Who fan, and a mother as well, and as you can probably tell, a northerner. I've come up from the mines with my black cap on to come and talk to you all. It was on the Megabuzz, it was dreadful. I'm a radical feminist, and I have met a few handmaids in my time, which is infuriating, but I also understand that women, including myself, are socialised into gender stereotypes, including sexual objectification. The sexual objectification culture it's in the air that we breathe practically from day one. You have the baby girls of pretty little girl and big strong boy before you can even lift your head up. So gender stereotypes are limiting and damaging, and sexual objectification is one of those gender stereotypes. And I've heard the argument that it's actually empowering. Now, I've looked at this argument, well, I've not looked at it, I've pretended to entertain the idea of this argument, is more accurate. And the idea that sexual objectification is empowering doesn't make sense. An object serves the need of the subject. An object doesn't need respecting. There's no need for a chair's consent before you sit on it. It adheres to product specifications, and it is driven by a supply and demand of those specifications. A little bit like porn categories and underage girls being sex trafficked, like that supply and demand. They are also replaceable, and objects are also disposable. And this is usually the part where I get angry and a bit upset, so if I cry, just ignore me because I'm not going to apologise for it, you just have to deal with it. Okay. My experience of sexual objectification of girls being disposable started when I heard a man explain why a 3 foot by 3 foot pool of blood that had soaked through 3 carpets, underlay and the stained wooden floor was a nosebleed. He then went on to explain to the experts, saying that he couldn't explain why my sister had been raped twice whilst dying and had less than 8% of blood left in her body. And in between that, he sent a text to his girlfriend saying that he was gutted about the Grand Theft Auto release date being put back. He also couldn't explain why he claimed that he found her body and set it on fire genital first, and apparently only realised once he heard her screaming that she was still alive. But he didn't panic enough at that point to think where the guy who had stabbed her 58 times was, apparently, according to him, still in the house. He couldn't explain why it took her 4 hours to die, and he still claims to this day that he didn't do it. Whilst he was doing this and claiming these things, he referred to my sister as a that and an it. These are the explanations of David Minto on the trial for my 16-year-old sister's murder. She was disposed of. She was used to meet his needs of sexual gratification and toxic masculinity. And that doesn't seem very empowering to me. Sexual objectification is linked to violence against women and girls. It's not a theory, it is. In many fields and across many years, there have been studies around this. This isn't something that organisations can claim that they are ignorant of. It's not a theory, it's my sister, it's child sexual exploitation, it's rape, it's if I were prettier and thinner, he wouldn't hit me. It's my daughter's periods have stopped because she won't eat. It's our son's rating classmates out of 10. It's our husband being scared of a prison shower but still behaving that way towards women they see in the street. And its rape conviction rates being at 0.3%. So who would not only justify but reinforce sexual objectification for their profit? Trans woman Monroe Bergdorf has started a lingerie business. The tagline, according to the advertising, is "All women are the fantasy, no exception." To say proudly that sexual objectification of women and the male fantasy is assigned to women, to reinforce that message and profit from it, profits from the bodies of women and girls piling up. While ignoring the decades of research showing the links between violence against women and sexual objectification means that you profit from it. You profit from victim blaming, you profit from mental health issues. Is profit enough of a justification? Should our bodies be collateral damage so that Monroe Bergdorf can profit from it? I've got an itchy eye, bear with me. As this message is sent out, it's sent out by these corporations. It's sent out by the airbrushed images that are enhanced, usually by cosmetic surgery as well, of these people in the lingerie reinforcing this idea. So they're sending out this message. Should they be risk assessing these products and these messages, or taking some responsibility for what they're doing? Should Marks and Spencer's be culpable for calling the Christmas must-have a red thong whilst the girl is having that same red thong held up in a court and it being used as why she asked for her rape? Where is the warning label on these products? Where is the little label that says this may be used against you in a court of law? Where is the label on alcohol saying that this might make you responsible for your own rape? When these messages are out there, and in Monroe's case, cosmetic surgery enhanced, expectations that land at our feet, they create this damage and they create this message without the warning labels that we see on cigarettes or wine. Where is the responsibility for the harm done? Where is the accountability? Women and girls are frequently represented as little more than mindless wankades in young people's developmental environments. This message sculpts our boys' minds, and what is a more positive, powerful reinforcement than an orgasm? Because we're not collateral damage, we're not objects, we're not replaceable or disposable. Sexy is a verb and not a noun, and we're not your product to sell. So to Monroe Bergdorf, Marks and Spencer's and all the others, I say that damaging profiteers can go fuck themselves. Thank you.